Hi there, I do have another video on equivalent ratios, I believe. It's been so long since I made that video. I'll just make this video and hopefully I won't be repeating the exact same thing. Um, well, let's just read across the top here. A ratio that makes the same comparison are called equivalent ratios. A proportion is a statement that two ratios are equal to each other. Okay, well, that may be confusing, so don't worry about that. Let's go down here and look at this. It says find an equivalent ratio. When something is equivalent, it just means it's the same. So if you take 24 and 18, okay, and this is a ratio here, and if you wanted an equivalent ratio, all you would have to do is multiply or divide these two numbers by the exact same thing. So can we think of a number that we could divide each of these by? What if we divided each of these by 3? 24 divided by 3 is 8. 18 divided by 3 is 6. Okay? So these two are equivalent ratios. Okay? If I wanted to call these proportions, generally I would just write them as a fraction. I find that a little easier. 24 over 18 is equal to, and when you put the equal sign, that is where it is making a statement. Okay, we are making a statement that 24 over 18 is equal to 8 over 6. Okay, so this is a proportion. We've just made a statement, and I suppose that's where that word comes from up above. Okay, we could have multiplied the 24 and the 18 by a number, and then we could have said we could have multiplied each one by 2 to get 48 over 36. 48 over 36. That also is an equivalent ratio or proportion. If you want to know if two ratios are proportionate, one quick way of doing it is just, let's say we were just talking about these two right here. Are these two proportionate? Well, you could just take the 6 times the 48 and see what number you get, and 36 times 8 and see what number you get, just using a calculator, and it should come up with the exact same number. So 36 times 8 is 288, and 48 times 6 is also 288. That is one way of quickly checking if it's proportionate. I'm going to push pause here for a second. Sorry, someone was at the door. Okay, the next one, 3 to 4. 3 to 4 is one way of saying a ratio. Anyway, same thing as the last one, just smaller numbers. So 3 to 4, if we came up with an equivalent ratio, we could just multiply each of these by 2. 6, 8. Or we could multiply each of them by 3. 9 to 12. And if we wanted to know if these are if these proportions are, if they're equal to each other, if they're proportionate, you could just write 3 over 4 is equal to, let's say, 6 over 8. Multiply across, you get 24. 6 times 4 is 24. These are proportionate. They are proportions. Okay? And that's what these questions here are asking. Are the ratios in each pair equivalent? The quickest way that I like to do it is just write it as a fraction. I'm going to put an equal sign even though they may not be equal. I'm just writing it for now. 50 over 75. And if we were to multiply this times that, we would get 75 times 3 is 225. And 50 times 5, is 250. These are not proportionate. Okay? These ratios are not equivalent. They are not. Okay? Let's look at the next one. 12 over 8 is apparently equal to 3 over 2, but let's see if that's true. 8 times 3 is 24. 12 times 2 is 24. Yes. These ones are equivalent. They're equivalent ratios. Okay, so that's basically equivalent ratios and proportions. I hope that helps with whatever you're trying to deal with in your math class. Have a great day.